Greg here with another edition of the Bowling Ball Diet Podcast. I got a special guest here today, Bobby out of the Swamp Suds Corporation. Bobby, thank you so much for coming here. Can you give me a little bit about your background here?
Well, my name is Bobby, and I am from Bayou-style, Louisiana. And I am what they call a swamp aficionado. I know all the ways of cooking the swamp foods. And now I have invented a very delicious new beer. It's called the Swamp Suds. It's made with real clean swamp water, genuine swamp water.
Genuine swamp water. Now, is there different variations of swamp water that we should be aware of?
Well, there's the beaver water, and then there's the gator water. You want to drink the gator water, not the beaver water.
Is there a specific reason why that is more not savory, or is it more toxic? Or I don't really know too much about the swamps. I know a lot about sewages because I lived in a little neighborhood where we had the sewage where we had to collect our basketballs because it would go over the hoop because some people couldn't shoot. Not me. It was usually everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So we would go grab the ball, the rock, if you will, and we get it on there. I didn't know it was poop water, but, you know, I bet swamp water is a little bit more healthy because it wasn't human waste, you know?
It's not human waste. I mean, there's a little human waste in there, but the main difference between the beaver water and the gator water is that they both cause the diarrhea. It's just the beaver water kills you from the diarrhea. The gator water, it just gives you a nice, healthy, fit, trim look, like the Jesus.
Oh, okay. So you're saying there's health benefits to your beer?
Absolutely. It's part of a whole diet and lifestyle called the gator water style. You drink my beer, you get good and drunk, and then the next day you have horrible diarrhea and nothing you eat will even stay in your body for even more. It goes through you like poop through a chicken. It's like pah, like that. So
you know, it's kind of funny how the beer companies, they try to market, you know, like, hey, you know, you do a marathon, you should have some beer afterwards, right? But sometimes, you know, especially my alley days, you know, we'd be having marathons drinking beer, and then we would have the beer poopsies, you know what I'm saying? So I think the fact that you're not even hiding that and just being fully transparent is very commending. I commend you on that. That's very respectful, like, you know?
Well, if you're going to drink a beer that's going to give you the diarrhea, you should drink a beer that knows how to give you the diarrhea.
Yeah, I mean, so what inspired you to make this? Because, you know, I know the Bobby is like a very well and endeared company in Louisiana, particularly in the Bayou area. So what kind of inspired you to be such a great businessman?
Well, you got to learn how to survive there on the swamp. You know, learning how to turn a gator into food is much like learning how to take the swamp and turn it into money. You just gotta make do with what you got, you know? Like right now, you eating your food, you don't know where that food really come from. I know where my food come from. It come from a gator I murdered about 3 hours ago, you know? So this beer is like that lifestyle. You know where this beer come from. It come from the gator water. I catch it myself. I boil it. I make sure that it's only just going to give you just the right amount of diarrhea, not too much. You ever have the diarrhea before?
I believe I've had food poisoning because we had some bad cheeses and at the alley, and then we had a little bit of a roach issue at one point in time, but we corrected that because, you know, we care about our customers. But that was also a bit of a by our enemies. They kind of infiltrated the Brunswicks don't really like the casseroles, you know. So, you know, I don't really want to bring that up too much because of illegalities. But yeah, I've had circumstances where I was confined to the bathroom, if you will. But how do you measure what is the appropriate level of diarrhea from from drinking your beverage, and also knowing, like, is there a certain ratio, like if it is it a late on your label, because some people have calories, you know, with all these fruity flavored soda waters they got going on slash beer waters. Like, do you have anything like that for yours, and how many serving sizes to get the X amount of diarrhea? Because I hear you're blowing away literally the laxative community in the Bayou.
Well, the thing is, I tested this out myself many times, drinking a whole lot of this beer. You know, you call it Bayou beer or Swamp Suds. We got two different brands.
One is the light, one is the stout, right? One's the
yes,
stout.
that is correct. And they both give you the diarrhea, but there's a different levels. And basically what we found is you will figure out how much you need to drink based on how much you have to poop. You'll figure it out. Once you've had too much, you're gonna stop.
Now, what kind of foods do you recommend that go best with your alcoholic beverages? And also, what is the ultimate alchemy chemical combination that gets the best diarrhea results with your suds and your drinkage?
Well, you know, you can eat anything you want on this diet and lifestyle. You know, I eat whatever I want. Last night I had me a big bowl of possum feet and fried possum feet. You know, they're delicious. And then today I had fried pork skins. And then after that I had some lard. And I lost 15 pounds by drinking the Swamp Suds.
Right, because what you put in, you take out at the same time and a little bit extra. It's like a full cleanse too. Because I heard that you guys are like, because of the marathoning situation, and I guess that, you know, people are like, hey, where you live, we don't really do marathons, but we do shotguns, you know, with the beers. So like, it's the same effects of running as if a marathon. I saw your advertisement that you put on the LinkedIn, and it was very impressive. Can you tell me what kind of other methods that you like to use for your marketing, and who inspires you? I'm sorry I gleeked, but I was just too excited, you know?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You sharing your food with all of us. We all want to eat some too. Our marketing strategy is mostly word of mouth. I put the words in my mouth, and then other people hear it. You know, I go around the swamp with a stick and a boat, and I shout out, "Who want the swamp water? Come get your swamp water! Get the swamp beer!" And then the people from the swamp, they come out, crawling out of their hole or whatever they live in, and they come with their monies or the moonshine to trade, and then they get the Swamp Suds for me.
Now I heard that your family has a hand in the moonshine business, and also has been very productive in selling in the underground prison environments, that you have a very special recipe. So you've been telling people that, you know, you have the right formulas because your family's got the DNA for making alcoholic beverages. You can make it out of piss, and now you decided, hey, we're not gonna use the piss, we're gonna use things to help you go to the bathroom. Outside of bathroom influential drinkage that your family has, what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Well, ever since our med lab burned down, we've been more focused on our foods. I got a cereal, it's crispy possum feet. We have a jingle for that. We were trying to get that on the television. I'll do it for you if you like.
Yes, I would love to hear that. Thank you.
Okay. It go like this. If you want something good to eat, get yourself a bowl of the possum feet. Yum, yum, yum. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Get yourself a bowl of the possum feet.
That is beautiful. I mean, man, did you write that yourself?
I did. I got some help from these neighbor boys down the street. And then I found out from some people that you're not supposed to say the skeet, 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 because that means to ejaculate. And I said I can see how that would be offensive.
How difficult for you to, because there's such excretion is part of your DNA and your normal dialogue. So I feel like you gotta do what you gotta do. Cause like I follow people like Gary V, and he keeps it real. He don't care if he cusses, that don't make him less of a businessman. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're all business, and like the fact that your sales don't lie. What is your average ROI? The return on investment. I watch Shark Tank, so I'm like super amped because I heard that you're gonna be on the show soon.
Well, I am going to be on a Shark Tank and the Dragon's Den or whatever in Canada, and I'm even going to be on the Croatian version of Shark Tank.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had one. It's called Wolf Tank, and they put you in a box with a real wolf. If they don't like your idea, they stick a wolf on you.
Oh, wow. But you know how to handle wolves. I mean, you handle gators all the time. What has a wolf got on you,
Well, you just got to stick your thumb in their beehole. And there was a shooting in my neighborhood just now. Did you hear that? Caught live. I love living in the Los Angeles now. I moved out here a little while ago to get away from the swamp because it was so dangerous. And now I see why I should just go back.
I gotta tell you, you're a firecracker of a personality, so I'm not surprised people are shooting up. Do they want to get your products? You gotta protect what you got. Wow, that is a first for the bowling ball diet because, I think that it's great that you are coming out here to expand because you're going to be filming the Shark Tank episode. But, wow, you are, an adventurous spirit, and I commend you on that. Can you expand a little bit more? A little bit more. Oh, look at that. You got a nice little pup with you, too. That's adorable. Rugamaru is about
2 more weeks till we get to eat him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard you used to have a pig too, and then you put the kibosh on Oinky.
Yeah, his name was Sirloin, and we ate him.
Yeah, I saw that you did the roast, but that was part of your unveiling of your next event. And then it's pretty cool that you have all these sorts of events going on. Because you said that you're out here, but the craft beer movement is quite big in Los Angeles. And I also know that because I saw your advertisement that you put up because I was walking my dog today, and I hit you up and you were available. Can you tell me what kind of beer events you host and what kind of typical customer you get?
Well, I like to go back to the swamp to get my swamp water about once every other month. And then I have a party down there where we eat a pig. And then I come back here to Los Angeles, and then I go to the different bars and such, and I say, who need to lose weight an old-fashioned way? And then people come and they drink the beer, and then they call me about a couple weeks later and said, I just finally stopped having the diarrhea. I lost 15 pounds. Thank you for saving my marriage, And so a lot of people, they love that beer.
That's pretty cool. I think that one of your strengths are, and I hope that I'm not embarrassing you, is that you're such an eloquent and powerful speaker. Can you tell me how you learned how to be so articulate and so direct with your vision? And because you're very charismatic.
Well, I learned that from my daddy. His name is Robbie Bobby. And he said to me, he said it to me in Creole. He said, Bobby, and I took that to heart.
Can you tell me roughly what that translates to? Because I haven't spoken Creole in quite some time.
What he said was, Bobby, what you gotta do is you got to stick your thumb in the wolf's behind if you want to survive in this world.
And I think you have. I think you have. Now, can you tell me what you do outside of work? Because you're a bit of a workhorse, or you're always chasing that alligator. Now, do you have a problem? Well, sorry, there's a twofold question. What do you do in your free time? And also, what are your feelings about crocodiles?
In my free time, I like to listen to R&B and Whitney Houston. Just the classics. And then also, I like to avoid getting shot in my neighborhood. That's good. I like that.
That seems like a very appropriate approach. But so what do you think about crocodiles? Are you for them? Because you grew up in alligator alleys. Like, do you think if you have problems with crocodiles, that you will have problems in the Florida market? Because they got a lot of swamps there too.
Well, you see, the crocodile is not good eating. It's an evil animal. In fact, that is the devil's lizard. I'll just come out and say that. Did you know that the freshwater crocodile can swim 3 times faster than a human being? If it comes after you in the water, you are dead.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So where do you think that your company is going to go in the future? Like, what kind of impact do you want to have? Do you want to have a social impact, or just purely making sure people who work for you are able to provide for their families?
Well, to be honest, I'm a true American. I don't really care about my impact. As long as I get lots of money in my pocket, that's all fine by me. That is the true American way. And if you do not believe that, you better take a look at the stock market.
Yeah. What do you see when you look at the stock market?
If you ain't making money, then you getting money taken from you.
I can see that you are definitely a fan of the R&B, because that is a tune I am used to hearing. So
more money, more problems.
That is, I mean, that was such an impactful statement when I was growing up, and I really didn't understand the complexities of that philosophy. What are some of your other philosophies that you carry with you as a businessman?
Don't get shot. Number 1, don't get shot. Don't get eaten by no alligators. Don't get busted. And make sure to avoid the police helicopter.
I think those are all very good philosophies. Now, the methods that you use to make your beverages and foods are very much not of the typical way of doing things. You ain't like the type of guy to be making yeast or adding oats or adding like all these different hybrids. Where do you think your ingenuity carries over? Like, what kind of spices do you add into your mixes for your beverages?
I'm gonna tell you a secret that I didn't tell nobody else till today. I dip my huevos in the beer. It gives it a nice salty flavor.
You know, I am so excited because you also said, I will do your podcast. I will give you some of your beer, but we have to do it in person at a restaurant. And it's like, I'm so excited for that, but you haven't told me what kind of locale is best to be consuming it, because there's not a lot of places that are fully open. I believe we were planning on going to the LA River and to be trying to do something like that. Now, you say not only is drinking is a way to hang out with your buds, but it's also it's a culture. Can you speak further about the culture and what kind of attitude someone brings when they drink your beverage before and after?
Oh, they bring in all kinds of things in here with that culture. We have a culture of superiority. the working man, the everyday. You know, it don't matter what color you are or what gender you are or where you come from. If you an everyday working type person, you're gonna enjoy this. This is not for the elites. This is for the regular people. You know, if you an elite and you drinking my stuff, I hope you get cancer. That's all I have to say.
Okay, well that's informative. So there is some health concerns, I believe, for some people to be drinking your beverages. What would you say they are, and how you put them at ease as they are paying for the emergency visit?
If my beverage makes you go to the hospital, that's your own fault, you stupid.
That is, you know what? I agree with you on that. Not a lot of people take personal responsibility because you've tested it. You've had numerous of people testing it of different body types, body sizes, different arrays of sobriety while they're having it, full fed, not fed, filled with drugs, meth heads, those types of people. And you have had 0 hospitalizations in the Bayou. So, LA is a little different hypersensitivity, as you and I both know, because we come from a working class type of mentality. So I do agree with you that it probably would be personal responsibility above all. Can you please tell me what your dreams are for the future as a businessman and as a man?
My dream is to become very rich from selling my Swamp Suds. And then as for me personally, I hope to achieve total consciousness.
Oh, how do you think that occurs? Because, not many people have such spirituality and dualities as the harsh businessman and spiritual. So can you please tell me how you derive to that?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I feel like either I got to meet the Dalai Lama and he will tell me, or I need to eat a whole lot of mushrooms, so the magic mushrooms, and that'll figure it out. Either way, Bobby and Bobby gonna have a total consciousness.
That sounds amazing. I'm so excited for our meetup and our hang at the LA River. So before we leave, is there anything that you would like to tell our audience, or just like words of wisdom that you've learned as this businessman that you are?
Word of wisdom, make sure to stick your thumb in the wolf's beehole.
That is, you know what? You never know when you're going to need that type of advice. Out here in LA, less wolves, more coyotes. I'm sure it's the same approach. Thank you so much.
It's a philosophy of life. There's always a wolf in your life, and you just got to buckle down and stick your thumb in its beehole, and you'll get through it.
You know what? That is a life skill that I hope I don't encounter, but if I do, I know what to do. I'm prepared. Like if I'm going to go into the ocean and I see a shark, I know to punch it in the nose. Now, if I see a wolf, I know to lick the butthole. So thank you so much for your time and for your energy here today. Everybody, this has been Gina Casserole with the Bowling Ball Diet Podcast with Bobby. Stay blessed.
Deuce, deuce.